We'd like to welcome you to San Salvador, El Salvador, as we get set for the host nation to take on Nicaragua in the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 Central American and Caribbean pre-qualifiers. Hello, everybody. My name is Carlin Gay. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you're doing so. El Salvador getting set to take on Nicaragua. El Salvador will be wearing the home white jerseys. Nicaragua will be wearing the road blacks. This is the third game for El Salvador. They came up short in match day 1, losing to Costa Rica. And then coming up with a thrilling victory just last night, coming back from down as many as 13 in the fourth quarter to win by 2 over Guyana, keeping their hopes alive. Ronnie Aguilar, who is number 23 in white, had a monster game, 35 points, 16 rebounds, willing his team to victory and getting his team one step closer to the second round of pre-qualification here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 pre-qualifiers. That will go down in June. On the other side, Nicaragua has been perfect so far, defeating Guyana on match day 1. They had the rest day on match day 2, and then yesterday absolutely crushing Jamaica 92-54. Jared Ruiz, number 24 in blue, has been terrific. Arguably the best player this weekend at this round-robin tournament that features 5 teams. He's the leading scorer. He poured in 29 in game 1. And was phenomenal again in game 2, pouring in 26 big points. He's averaging 27 and a half. And he's been one of the most efficient players here in this tournament. Every time he touches the rock, you're gonna hear the boos from the home crowd that is clearly here to support El Salvador. He's going to have to deal with that, Jared Ruiz, and he is a prime-time player. He's been in these situations before. A win by Nicaragua will punch their ticket to the second round of pre-qualifiers in July. They are 2-0. They have the win over Guyana, win over Jamaica. And if they make it a win over El Salvador, they'll be at least one of the top 3 teams to move on. Guyana, the only team so far eliminated. They went 0-4. They have no shot of making it to the second round of pre-qualifiers. They lost earlier tonight in a battle early on to Costa Rica. That game came right down to the wire. The last 2 games for Guyana really came down to the wire. Last night against El Salvador, and then tonight earlier against Costa Rica. There is Ronnie Aguilar already making his presence felt. Gets fouled in the post, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. So just underway here. Buckle up and join us for some basketball. You can join in on the conversation using the hashtag FIBAWC on social media. And, of course, you can follow the official FIBA World Cup page over on social media at FIBAWC. Ronnie Aguilar with his first points of the game. I'm sure it won't be his last. 2-2 your score. El Salvador in that zone. They did it throughout, and it paid dividends for them, and it actually allows Ronnie Aguilar to be protected a little bit more. He does not have to go out and guard some of these perimeter players that are here this weekend, especially for Nicaragua. You would hate to see Aguilar get into any sort of foul trouble. If he does get into foul trouble, that will be curtains for El Salvador. Foul on the floor there. Will be side out 14 on the shot clock here. Aguilar down low. Good positioning. Can't get it to go, and Amir with the rebound. There's Hodgson. Thomas. And he traveled. Martinez. Lahoud for three. No good. And Jared Ruiz, a dangerous man, number 24 in blue. You hear the boos. Omir for three. Got it! Ochad Omir knocking down the triple. We could talk about Ruiz all day long, but Omir, a youngster, just 19 years old. First Nicaraguan-born player to play at the Division I level in the United States, as the steal there by Hodgson, and he converts on the layup. 7-2 is the score in favor of Nicaragua. And the response there by Carlos Arias. 7-4 now. Ruiz crashing into the defense. Thomas from the corner. He shows the up fake, now relocates, launches a three, no good. Rebound by Arias. And a foul away from the basket as Mauricio Lahoud was trying to penetrate. The foul is going to be called on Vansdale Thomas. Inbound opportunity now for El Salvador. And another foul away from the basket. And I believe that's Andy Perez picking up the foul that time. So quick fouls being picked up here by Nicaragua. One more and they'll be in the penalty with 7:14 remaining in the first quarter. Wow. Martinez. Martinez on the hard bounce. Martinez to the rim. Oh, look at Aguilar on the follow. Ronnie Aguilar. Got to keep him off the glass. Put a body on him. Steal there in the backcourt. Arias coming up with it. Three on the way. Bingo! Escalante knocking down the trifecta. Early lead for the home squad. The arena. Fresh bodies coming in for Nicaragua. Ponce among them. Claire and Pacheco. There's Omir. He's double teamed. He'll kick to Ponce. Ponce on the rhythm dribble. Ponce now pushing off. Now looking for help. Gets it down to Omir. And a turnover. And you see the passion and the emotion from El Salvador. Escalante will get credited with that steal. Ponce will get credited with the turnover. And it's 9-7 early on. Lahoud looking for help, finds it in Martinez. Martinez uses the screen, skip pass. Here's Lahoud, three on the way. No good there, and Jared Ruiz with the flat-footed rebound. Look at Ruiz pushing the feed to Claire. He can't get it to go. Omir on the offensive rebound. I say the foul is on the floor. No bucket. We'll have a side out. Eduardo Escalante picking up the foul there. So the zone has been affected for El Salvador as we see some subs in. Alejandro Arias subs into the game. Jose Araujo will sit. Escalante will also sit down. Ruiz hearing it from the crowd. 24 for Nicaragua. Claire tried to feed it down low to Pacheco. And that squirts out of his hands. It was last touched by El Salvador. We'll stay here. Both teams now with 4 fouls, team fouls each. One more foul from either side, and we'll see the bonus. Ruiz knocking down the Jimmy. Floating jump shot there by Jared Ruiz. And he's on the scoreboard. Here's Martinez coming off the curl. He's left alone for three. Indeed! Roberto Martinez knocking down his first triple. Good response there out of him. Claire puts it on the deck. That's rejected inside by Aguilar. Omer is down low looking for help. Throws it away. Martinez with the steal. Martinez galloping up the court, and he is hit by Claire. And that is the 15th foul for Nick. Martinez knocks down the first free throw. Give him 4 points. He's a +4 on the floor right now for El Salvador. Misses the second. Aguilar with the offensive rebound. No good. Martinez now on the ricochet. Fresh 14 now for Nicaragua. Rather. Martinez pulling up for three. Indeed! Roberto Martinez with 7 early on, leading to a timeout. And the crowd is emotional here in El Salvador. A great start for the home team. 69, El Salvador up over Nicaragua with 4:38 remaining in the first quarter. It's the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 pre-qualifiers from San Salvador, El Salvador. Well, a special atmosphere here in San Salvador, El Salvador. You can hear the crowd. It's what you get when you see a home nation supporting their basketball team. And in these pre-qualifiers, you always have the opportunity to see at least one home team get the support. Love the new setup from FIBA in your new World Cup. It's going to be the second go-round for the World Cup with 32 teams. And the qualification process to get to the World Cup allows for countries to play games at home in front of their crowd, and you see the atmosphere, you see the result, you can hear it pulsating through your screen right now in El Salvador, and they're feeding off of it. Ronnie Aguilar on the post. Aguilar posting and toasting the hook, no good. Following his own miss, but Omer vacuums that in. Let's see if Nicaragua can try and slow down momentum. Right now, they're playing a little helter-skelter. The drive there, Omer's going to pick up the foul. And Alejandro Arias will go to the line for 2 shots. Dayton Cacho will check into the game for Nicaragua. He's one of the many players that plays for Real Esteli. Of course, Real Esteli playing in the Basketball Champions League of America's final just a week ago and coming up short for the first time that franchise made the final. And it was beautiful to see Nicaragua, them traveling through the final weekend and getting to the final and playing in front of their home crowd. And they did come up short, Flamengo defeating them. What a performance by Flamengo defensively throughout the entire season, really. But they really tightened the screws when they got to Nicaragua and were able to walk away with the BCLA championship after failing a year ago. Ruiz to Claire. Pass down low. Good ball movement by Nicaragua. They're trying to figure out this zone as Claire on the fall away. That's an air ball, and Aguilar picks it up. Martinez. Floater inside, and Omer did a great job of protecting the rim there without fouling. Ponce. Slashing to the rim, there was Cacho, and he could not finish. See the rebounding stats there for El Salvador. Aguilar's double teamed, and Cacho comes up with the steal, and then Aguilar had to foul him in the backcourt. .253 remaining in the first. Claire will leave the game, and Francisco Garth will come in for him. And that foul actually put El Salvador over the limit. So Dayton Cacho will go to the line for his first free throw, which he makes, splashing home and quieting the crowd momentarily. Second free throw not successful, and Aguilar is piling up the rebounds already with 5. He sets the hard screen there. Now they try to get it down low to him, but it's an errant pass. Carlos Arias with the turnover there. They haven't been able to find Aguilar on the block as yet. I'm sure they will be trying to throughout the game. That is a successful play every time they go to him there. Aguilar now on the deck. More bodies falling on the deck, and a turnover. Ponce lost the control of the basketball there. Arias coming up with the theft. Here's Martinez. He's knocked down a couple triples already. Arias driving to the rim. Oh, and a tough finish. Count it. And the foul. It is 8. What a start for El Salvador. If you thought they were going to roll over and let Nicaragua walk all over them, you thought wrong. They've come to play. The underdogs in this matchup, clearly. Nicaragua has come in here and steamrolled their first 2 games, but this seems like it's going to be a fight. Diaz misses the free throw there, and Garth pulls down the rebound. 2:10 remaining in the first quarter. Ruiz for 3, no good. And rebound there by Alejandro Arias. Martinez putting the Jets on. Skip pass, 3 on the way. Got it! Jose Araujo cashing from the land behind. It's an 11-point lead now for El Salvador. Garth puts it on the deck, sliding inside. And Aguilar blocked him, and he traveled. Francisco Garth was trying to say that maybe he got fouled. Referees say, no, you took too many steps, my friend. And it's a turnover. Garcia back into the game. He chucked in for Carlos Aguilar. Or Carlos Arias. Martinez. That's Garcia. Aguilar now. That's not where you want him, but he made the nice decision to find the open man there. The floater on the way, bodies crashing to the floor, and finally it's Garth who picks up the rebound. Layup attempt missed. And Ruiz did a good job hustling back to come up with that steal. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Ruiz to the basket. He was fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, the leading scorer in the tournament so far has been Mr. Jared Ruiz, 27.5 points in the first 2 games. Only with 2 so far here in this one. But he can fill it up in a hurry as he knocks down the first free throw. He's been the only player on the floor right now for Nicaragua that has played the entire first quarter. Give him 4 on the night. And he will sit now with the final minute remaining in the first. Ansdale Thomas checks into the game for Nicaragua. A little pressure shown now from Nicaragua. Let's see how El Salvador responds to it. Aguilar. Bodying his way inside. In and out. Garcia on the follow. Foul away from the basket. It's going to be on Garcia. And he's arguing that he got elbowed. Andy Perez draws the foul, and that will see Andy Perez go to the line for 2 here. First free throw knocked down by Perez. Gotta love the sweet sounds of a home crowd. Feels good to hear people in the arena safely in Nicaragua, or against Nicaragua. A week ago, actually, the BCLA had a decent-sized crowd. They had to turn folks away in Nicaragua to watch the BCLA finals. And now a healthy crowd in El Salvador to see the World Cup of Basketball pre-qualifiers. So we're getting back to a small sense of normality, seeing fans get to games in person, cheer on their teams live. I hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, however you're doing so. I remind you, you can join in on the conversation using the hashtag FIBA. So technical foul was assessed to Vansdale Thomas, and Roberto Martinez knocks down the technical free throw to give El Salvador a 10-point lead. 25 seconds remaining in period number 1. Still more pushing and shoving. The referees will come together again. Shot clock shows 17. They'll reset it back to 24, which means El Salvador will have an opportunity to hold for what will essentially be the last shot of the quarter. Pressure broken there by El Salvador. And now they'll let the clock tick away a little bit here. Jose Araujo. He was bumped. Crowd wanted a foul. They go inside. Aguilar with 7 to shoot. Aguilar is going to have to go quickly. Aguilar spinning off the glass. What a move! Ronnie Aguilar. And that's how we end the first period. 6 big points for the big man. He also has 6 rebounds, and he's a plus 12, playing all 10 minutes in that first quarter, giving his team the spark to be out in front by 12. Here are the first quarter stats. 50% from the field for El Salvador. They got it going on. The zone really forcing Nicaragua to struggle a little bit from the field. See the assist number 6, El Salvador. They are moving the ball. They are stealing the ball as well. 5 steals already on the night. And here are your leading scorers. Roberto Martinez leading the way with 8 big points. Arshad Amir with 5 points. Ruiz with a quiet 4, but we know he can get it going at any moment. The second quarter is coming up. Buckle up. Should be fun. Great atmosphere here in El Salvador. El Salvador leads by 12 after 1. We'll be back with more FIBA Basketball World Cup pre-qualifiers for 2023. Back we are here in San Salvador, El Salvador. A raucous crowd on hand to see the host nation, El Salvador, take on Nicaragua. A spirited first quarter sees El Salvador lead by 12. Carlin Gay on the call. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, however you're doing so. Nicaragua will inbound the ball. They are in the road dark uniform. El Salvador in the home whites. There you see the 5 on the floor for both teams. Nicaragua so far in this round robin tournament, they are 2-0. They would love to make it 3-0. El Salvador took the big loss to Costa Rica in their first game. They lost by 20, but came back dramatically last night, defeating Guyana. As you see Ronnie Aguilar going to work in the post, led by that man. He had 35 last night. He's up to 8 right now. But a comeback victory down 13, winning by just 2, defeating Guyana. And they want to make it 2 in a row from their home crowd. This would be a huge win if they were to upset Nicaragua. And right now, all the momentum in favor of El Salvador. Alejandro Arias, his first 2, came up with the theft and then turned it into offense. The zone has been a problem for Nicaragua to figure out. Floater. For 2. Jared Ruiz checks back into the game. He had 4 points in that first quarter. He's the leading scorer of the tournament, number 24 in blue. 27.5 points per game. At some point in this game, will he explode? So far, El Salvador has been able to keep him and the rest of the team really in check with their zone defense. So that's been the story. See the poor shooting from the field, 27% from the field for Nicaragua. 14-point lead. Martinez. They want to go down low to Aguilar. He wants the ISO. Aguilar. Foul called. Offensive foul. Hodgson, the much smaller man, having to guard The big man Aguilar, and Hodgson stepped right there and took it right in his chest. We'll go the other way. 6th turnover for El Salvador. If that's the one area where they would want to improve. Keeping control of the rock. Ruiz. Hodgson. Thinking about it. Skip pass. Cacho. Gave it away. And another steal for El Salvador. Boy, this zone has been like a Rubik's Cube. It's been tough to solve for Nicaragua. Here's Martinez. He's knocked down a couple of triples. You want to get your hand up on him. 3 on the way. Arias! Check that. That is Jose Araujo knocking down a triple. Nacho. Corner 3. Thomas. Indeed. Vansdale Thomas. He had a technical foul earlier and makes up for it, slightly knocking down the triple there. Aguilar, that pass almost looked like it was too tall for him. He goes up strong, gets his own. They're going to call over the back. Probably should have made the first one. Pacheco with a good job just being annoying enough to Aguilar. He can't really guard him. Towers over him. There's Aguilar leaving the game for the first time. You hear the crowd with the appreciation for the effort from the big man. See how long they can afford to keep him on the bench. Coach Santa Cruz really leaning on him. He had a big effort last night. See how long he can rest him tonight. Thomas, good again. And a good skip pass by Hodgson. That's 2 threes now for Vansdale Thomas. The response. Jose Araujo, his 3rd triple now. Nicaragua better find number 17 in white. He's beginning to cook. Here's Ruiz. Skip pass. Thomas putting it on the deck. His pass almost goes awry. Hodgson surveying the situation. Omer with the screen for him. Hodgson top of the key. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Carlos Arias. Here's Martinez. Rhythm dribble. Arias was rejected by Pacheco. And then he stepped out of bounds as he tried to corral the ball. And it will go the other way. Timeout on the floor. Check your score. 36-22. El Salvador in front with 6:21 remaining here in the second period. You're watching the FIBA Basketball Championship pre-qualifiers here from San Salvador, El Salvador. Back we are here in El Salvador. These two teams playing their 3rd game each. Their 4th games will come tomorrow on the final match day. Earlier today, we saw Guyana coming up short against Costa Rica. Costa Rica winning that one 78-75. A 3-point victory for Costa Rica, giving them 2nd win of the weekend. Guyana leaves the weekend 0-4. They are officially eliminated and will not have the opportunity to move to the 2nd round of qualifications. There was 5 teams here, in 3 teams will move on to round 2. If Nicaragua wins tonight, they will assure themselves a spot in the top 3. A loss for Nicaragua tonight, and things get very interesting on match day 4. Another 3 knocked down. That's Roberto Martinez straight away, and he's cooking now. He has 11. Ball slapped out of bounds. They'll stay here. Ponce back into the game now for Nicaragua, 77 in blue. And again, Nicaragua really struggling to figure out this zone. If I was in El Salvador, I would stay in it as long as possible. Foul called there on Roberto Martinez as Omir was trying to find his way through traffic. Here's Omir again. He'll tee up a 3, and he's fouled on the 3-point attempt. Alejandro Arias, not a smart foul there. And just what Nicaragua needed. They have been struggling offensively to get anything going. And here is Norchad Amir with 3 opportunities from the line. The first one, he misses. Wow. Amir's hands seem to be sweaty. He keeps wiping them on the ground. He missed the second. Well, Amir's been fantastic. We heard all about Jared Ruiz, who really has been one of the players of the tournament, but Amir's been right alongside him in terms of the success for his team. 14 points, 11.5 rebounds, averaging a double-double in the first 2 games for Nicaragua. They're going to need him to start stepping up here. He missed 2 of the 3 free throws after he was gifted 3 attempts on the ill-advised foul. There's Garcia inside, making a nice move and laying it in, and look at the score. Almost in danger territory of being blown wide open. Ruiz, good pass to Garth. Jared Ruiz, they'll need more of that from him, creating for himself and others. Foul called on Garth. Alejandro Arias drew the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. Youngster Garth being coached up by the rest of his teammates. Francisco Garth, just 22 years of age. Does have some length at 6'4". Arias makes the first free throw. The 3-point line has been kind to El Salvador early on. Shooting 7 of 9 from 3-point range, 77% from deep. There's Thomas for 3. No good. Amir on the offensive rebound. There's Thomas now. He'll try inside, and he'll finish at the rim. Vansdale Thomas now, keeping it moving. And the score ticking over now for Nicaragua. Garcia got his man in the air. The crowd wanted a foul called on Omir. No whistle coming. Doesn't matter because the 3 is cashed in. They're raining 3s. Alejandro Arias with the 3 there. Ruiz trying to respond. He can't. Rebound Thomas. No, Ruiz. Jared Ruiz going to the line. And maybe this gets him going a little bit here. Just 4 points. 1 of 3 from the field. And he's been at -12 in his 13 minutes on the floor. he was one of the most efficient guys. He was actually the most efficient player coming into this game in the entire tournament. We just haven't seen that from him so far tonight. I believe the zone has a lot to do with it. This crowd as well seems to be affecting everyone on Nicaragua. If anyone's going to settle in and have a big-time game, it is that man who just went 1 of 2 from the line. He has now 5. But credit El Salvador. They've come to play. They're showing it in a big way and have a chance to pull off a big-time upset. A physical play there. Foul called. We'll see Carlos Arias at the line for 2. It's the 3rd team foul now for Nicaragua. First free throw, no good. Carlos Arias has been to the line now a couple times and missed all the free throws. It'd be nice if he was able to break the ice here. Oh boy, that one short. But an offensive rebound by Marco Aguilar. Martinez. Corner 3 on the way, no good. And Jared Ruiz with the rebound. Ruiz probing. The pass to Hodgson. And a foul is called. We'll have 2 shots at the line. Well, the crowd could complain about it, but it looked like a clear foul to me from here. And regardless of the protests going on in the stadium, Charlton Hodgson will shoot 2 foul shots. Still 3:31 remaining here in the first half. Oh, no. There's a warning. A warning to the El Salvador bench and Coach Santa Cruz. I believe he was stepping outside of the coach's box. The referee said get back. The next one will be a tech. Hachi knocks down the first. Pure from the line, 16-point game. As poorly as they've played Nicaragua, they're still within striking distance. If they're able to get this down to 10 going into the halftime break, that would be a huge, huge plus for them. They need a couple stops here. Farrell was a little bit too aggressive there. He picks up the foul. Still only the 3rd team foul for Nicaragua. Martinez drew that one. 14 on the shot clock for El Salvador to work with. Oh, great inbound play. Martinez for 3. Indeed! He was the inbound man and then used the screen beautifully. Found daylight, rose up, and knocked down the trifecta. Nicaragua is in all sorts of trouble. You can feel it in the arena. Listen to this place. Head coach David Rosario might be looking to take a timeout here just to quiet this crowd a bit. The pressure shown there by Nicaragua. And traveling. Check that, a turnover. Alejandro Arias gave it up. Kick ball. Mauricio Lahu coming back into the game. Alejandro Arias will leave. Ronnie Aguilar still on the bench, getting the good rest now for El Salvador. Claire will leave. Pacheco will come back in. They go inside Omir. Almost gave it away. Ruiz now surveying the situation. Ruiz driving. Nice pass to Omir. Hammer time. Ruiz is calm and collected and able to see where the defense is. He's able to make the correct play. Here's Martinez. Drive. Nice block there by Pacheco. And Ruiz with the gorgeous spin move to free himself. Down the lane is Pacheco. Misses the layup. Battling on the floor. Omir comes up with it. Floats it in. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. A couple buckets put in together by Omir. Maybe Nicaragua could go into the locker room with some momentum here. Pacheco is playing great defensively. Ruiz in the open floor, driving to the rim. Can't get it to fall. Aruro talk hot about the three. Didn't pull. Martinez. Heel jack the three. Indeed! Roberto Martinez has come to play on a Sunday night. 5 for 5 from 3. Nice pass by Omir. And Cacho with the layup. That quiets the crowd momentarily. Lahoud with a lot of pressure there by Cacho. Martinez. Offensive rebound. 3 on the way. Aguilar, indeed! Marco Aguilar. Ruiz not letting anybody wait. He dribbles up the floor, and the foul is called as he was crashing his way through the rim. Jose Araujo picks up the foul. And Ruiz looked like he took a shot there. He was doubled over and looks to be okay though. Timeout on the floor. 55-36. El Salvador pouring it on from the home crowd here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup pre-qualifiers for 2023. Well, 33 seconds remaining in what has been an incredible first half for the host nation, El Salvador. They have put on an absolute show here in the first half, folks. Most would call this an upset. If you've seen Nicaragua play so far in the tournament, they looked like they were going to walk through everyone, but they've run into a buzzsaw here in El Salvador. El Salvador trying to send a message not only to Nicaragua, but the rest of the Central America and the Caribbean that they're here to play. World rank of 133 El Salvador has. And they took a big beating to Costa Rica in match day 1, losing by 20 points. But the spirited comeback, down 13 in the final quarter and winning by 2 over Guyana, has carried over to tonight. What a performance so far. The zone has been the calling card defensively, and they've knocked down. performance, beating Jamaica and as well as Guyana, and didn't really have much trouble in either of those games. And now, with a world rank of 116, they're looking at a huge upset at the hands of El Salvador, and they just haven't been able to figure it out offensively. Of course, plenty of basketball left to be played, so we'll see how things play out. But the way it's going right now, as we get to halftime, it has been all El Salvador. Listen to the crowd. A great performance by the home team, and the crowd acknowledging the effort, and rightfully so. Defense, defense, defense. They have held Nicaragua to just 38% from the field. They forced 12 turnovers in that first half, did El Salvador. And boy, when they've had three-point opportunities, they've cashed in. 11 of 14 from deep. We'll take a look at the first half statistics here shortly. But what a performance. Easily the best 2 quarters in a row for Coach Santa Cruz and El Salvador. 55-37 your halftime score. And here we are with the first half statistics. So as I said, the 3-ball really working well for El Salvador. Shooting 79% from 3-point range. It hasn't worked out for them from the foul line, though. They're only shooting 50% from the foul line. 38% from the field, if you're looking at Nicaragua, has to be better in the second half. Assist numbers tell the story as well. 15 first half assists for El Salvador. Nicaragua is moving the ball a bit, but they just need to make some shots and stop turning the ball over. 12 first half turnovers for Nicaragua. Well, the leading scorers, not much showing. It's Roberto Martinez, who has been going nuts in the first. 17 points, a lot of that coming from the land beyond. He's 5 of 5 from 3-point range. On the other end, Nortrad Amir, youngster with 10 points, 9 rebounds, working on a double-double for himself. Well, we'll take a deep breath, take a break. I'll remind you, you can follow all the action with the hashtag FIBAWC, and also follow the official World Cup page at FIBAWC. We'll be back with the second half here from San Salvador, El Salvador, where El Salvador is up big on Nicaragua, 55-37 at the half. And welcome back here to San Salvador, El Salvador, as we get set for the second half of action between the hosts El Salvador and Nicaragua. It's FIBA Basketball World Cup pre-qualifiers for Central America and the Caribbean. 5 teams here playing 4 games over 5 days. 1 rest day in between. And Nicaragua coming off a big win over Jamaica just yesterday. But that momentum has not carried over to tonight. They've struggled from the field big time, and in large part to the wave of emotion here in this arena. El Salvador, the host nations, has taken it right to Nicaragua, and they're looking for the upset here, which would be a huge win for them and put them one step closer to moving on to the second round of pre-qualifiers, which would start in July. El Salvador came up with a big comeback win over Guyana just last night. They were down 13, folks, in the third quarter and came back, or rather the fourth quarter, and came back and won that game by 2. Lar inside. He was by Omir, who said, "Get that shot out of here." What a block by Norchad Omir. 2 big men being challenged at the apex. And Omir coming away with the huge block, and a turnover there by Hodgson. Had to dribble off his own foot, and it goes out of bounds. Nicaragua in the road blue. El Salvador in the home white if you're just joining us. It's been all El Salvador to start. The zone defense that they've employed throughout the game has been incredible. And it's really, put the screws defensively to Nicaragua. Ronnie Aguilar, who had the big double-double the night before in their win against Guyana, hasn't had to do much offensively, but his presence being felt defensively. He still has 12 points, 7 boards. And Jared Ruiz, who needs to get going, hits his first here in the second half. He has 8 points. The leading scorer in the tournament, Jared Ruiz, 27.5 points. Here's Aguilar, bumping and grinding now, looking for help. The extra pass, that's a 2 on the way, no good. And Omir skies for that rebound. Norchad Omir with 10 points, 12 boards already. 3 cashed down there by Garth. And Ruiz now with a bucket and an assist. And that's how Nicaragua needed to start this period. They took an extra long time coming out of the halftime locker room. You can bet your bottom dollar as Martinez misses his first 3 of the night. Bet your bottom dollar that Coach David Rosario was making sure that his team knew the importance of trying to close this win out and play with effort. Ponce to the rim, and he's fouled. He wants an intentional. It will not be an intentional, just 2 shots. A good start now for Nicaragua. The 5 teams here in El Salvador. Only 3 of the 5 will move on to the second window of pre-qualifiers. A win for Nicaragua would guarantee them a spot in the second round of pre-qualifiers in July. Guyana, the only team so far that has been eliminated. They failed to win a game here. They're 0-4. And by the end of this game, they'll be at the bottom of the table. Ponce goes 1 of 2 from the line. Here's Aguilar. No good offensive rebound by Arias. That ball didn't touch the rim. They'll have to take a shot here. They go inside to Aguilar again. 3 to shoot. Aguilar off the glass. No good. And Ruiz with the rebound and speed the other way. Look out, Amir! Sending it home. What a response out of the locker room by Nicaragua. Anxious moments now in the gym from the home crowd, and it's Nicaragua with their zone working now against El Salvador. Aruro says no. Let me knock down a triple and get this crowd back into the game. Ruiz probing. Ruiz, count it, and the foul. Jared Ruiz. 10 points and counting for him. And he's come out with a purpose here in the third quarter. And Coach Santa Cruz of El Salvador, sensing that, he calls timeout. 58-47 your score. One free throw on the way after this timeout for Jared Ruiz. Nicaragua trying to make it a game of it here in El Salvador. Back we are here in El Salvador. Coach Santa Cruz for El Salvador has Ronnie Aguilar on the bench after picking up his fourth foul in the game. That is an important bookmark to keep in check for the story of this game. Marco Aguilar will check in, so the big man for El Salvador will have to sit with the foul trouble. And let's see if Nicaragua could take advantage. Right now, Nicaragua on an 11-3 run to start the third quarter. You see the 5 on the floor for both teams there on your screen. They've come out with a lot more passion, a lot more effort here in this second half. And led by their go-to guy, Jared Ruiz. 3 on the way. That's an air ball and saved as Ponce picks it up. Ruiz for 3. Indeed, Jared Ruiz is in the zone. Just like that, the lead is down to single digits. Lahoud gave it away. Ruiz in the open floor. Ruiz lays it in. 5-point game in a blink of an eye. Now the zone is a problem for El Salvador to solve. Ruiz kicked it. He'll stay here with a fresh 14 for El Salvador. Who will step up for the home team? Especially with Ronnie Aguilar in foul trouble. He has 4 fouls, folks. We won't see him for quite some time. Escalante checks into the game, so is Alejandro Arias for El Salvador. A couple shooters, including this man right now, Martinez. A 3 on the way, no good. Ponce with the rebound. Ponce dribbling up the court, lost his headband, spinning in the lane, foul. His shot won't fall. He'll go back and pick his headband up and go to the line for 2. Boy, momentum just shifting in a blink of an eye. Nicaragua on a 16-3 run here to start the third quarter. And we still have plenty of time left in this third period. 5:16 to be exact. Ponce misses the first. Felt like Nicaragua just was a different team in that first half. They just didn't have the intensity, emotion that we've seen in the prior games. But since halftime, they've come out with a purpose, and this is the team that we've been accustomed to seeing here this weekend. A team that really put the boots to Guyana, the team that smashed Jamaica just yesterday. They've done it on both ends of the floor. Garth is picking up the foul there. He thought he was straight up. He has an argument, in my opinion, but the referee's opinion is the only one that matters on the floor. Carlos Arias will step to the line for two. Knocks down the first. It's them both. Give him 6 points on the night, 8 rebounds as well, 3 assists for Carlos Arias. Ruiz. Garth from the corner for 3, no good. Ruiz is finding good open opportunities for his teammates. It's up to them now to make it. Good rebound inside by Andy Perez. Here's Jared Ruiz. He uses the double screen. And he'll stay here. There's a foul on the floor. That's the 4th team foul by El Salvador. And in a 7-point game, Nicaragua trying to get back into it. Leaves them with an opportunity to get to the line early and often here in this third period. Kerry Clare into the game, number 25 in blue. He's on the ball now. Turns the corner, floats it up. No good, gets his own. Ponce driving, stolen. A chance for El Salvador to run, and Ruiz with the steal. Jared Ruiz out of control, lost possession. Here comes Martinez. The pass inside, a 3 on the way. No good as Ponce pulls down the rebound. Here's Ruiz. Omir gets his own, and then he's fouled. Hectic action on both sides, leading to a foul. And again, Nicaragua has an opportunity to chip away at this lead with the clock stopped. Dayton Ketcho will check into the game for Nicaragua. A reminder, Omir had the struggles from the free throw line in the first half where he kept wiping his hands on the floor as if his hands were too slick for the ball to handle. That time he walked all the way over to his bench, got a towel and wiped his hands off. Let's see if it changes the result. Does not. This young man going to Arkansas State. He is the first player from Nicaragua to make it to Division I NCAA basketball. Had a terrific season at Arkansas State, and now trying to get his country to the second step here in pre-qualifications. Averaging a double-double here in this tournament. Already with a double-double here tonight. 13 points, 14 boards. Ruiz with the steal. He'll tee up a 3. Left it short. Ball ricochets around. And finally, oh, look at the dribbling display. Alejandro Arias looked like Pete Maravich right there. Or maybe even white chocolate Jason Williams. That pass goes out of bounds. And a chance for Nicaragua to go away at this lead a little bit more. 6 right now. Hodgson for 3. No. Ball tracked down by Pacheco. Omir left it short. Rebound Garcia. Well, they're close. They're getting the stops that they need to get back in the game. Can they get over the hump? Escalante. This is Alejandro Arias. Martinez for 3. No good. The shot clock was expiring, so he threw it up. And Garcia and Omir battling. And Garcia forced Omir to foul him. That's just hustle by Garcia. It's only the second team foul from Nicaragua. Omir had a beef there. I think they were both going for the ball that time. Maybe a quick whistle, but foul nonetheless, says the referee. 2:16 to play here in the third. Martinez is free for 3. No good, and a flat-footed rebound here for Jared Ruiz. Hodgson for 3. Indeed! So Jared Ruiz not just scoring, but dishing as well. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. 4 of them coming here in the third quarter. A good block there by Omir, and then Pacheco with the steal. Hodgson. Nicaragua with a chance to tie with a 3-point basket. Offensive foul. Omir will sit and think about it for a little while here. So Omir in foul trouble, as is Ronnie Aguilar, who we have not seen since the beginning of this third quarter. You can see him standing up on the bench, the top of your screen in white. He just sat down now. And he's had an extra lengthy rest. Of course, not because he's tired, because he has 4 fouls, and they don't want to get him in the 5th and lose him for an entire 4th quarter. A lot of the offense normally runs through him. Garcia, who has been hitting shots, has now struggled from the field here in the third. He was 5 of 5 from 3-point range and now can't find a basket. That was him crashing into defense there and lost it. This could get Martinez going. He missed the layup. The follow. Ruiz with the block again. Martinez for 3. No good. And Alejandro Arias now with it. And that's going to be a goal tip. Carlos Arias. It looked like it was going to be short. Pacheco decided to hit it anyway, and it is a goal tip. Pacheco will sit after that play, and he looks to be replaced by Francisco Garth. So here we go, under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Crowd getting vocal again. This hasn't been a third period that they've had much to cheer about. Look at Garcia, hell ball, great defense. He took up the charge early on against Omir. This time with the hell ball, possession arrows facing this way. Will stay on this side, Nicaragua basketball. But Garcia with a couple good defensive plays on the most recent defensive possessions for El Salvador, and then Garth with the backdoor cut there, tried to finish, and he got fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Carlos Arias picking up the foul there. That's a 4th foul on Carlos Arias. See what head coach Santa Cruz does here. Gary Clare checks into the game. So does Vanzel Thomas for Nicaragua. Jared Ruiz will sit. Smart sub here by Coach David Rosario. He wants to get Ruiz as much rest as he possibly can. This is a perfect time to rest him the rest of the quarter. But then also, you get the break in between quarters. So in real time, he's going to be resting a lot longer than he would if the gameplay was still going on. First free throw missed there by Francisco Garth. He missed them both. Still a 5-point game. See if El Salvador goes 2 for 1. Martinez looking for help. Picked up his dribble in a dangerous area. Garcia. Escalante for 3. He's fouled. Oh, no. Andy Perez with a boneheaded play there. And Eduardo Escalante will go to the line for 3 shots. Well, nothing has been happening offensively for El Salvador. They've only scored 7 points this quarter. But they'll have a chance to get to double digits at least if Escalante can hit all 3 of these free throws. He hits the first. Well, the threes have dried up for El Salvador. They're knocking them down at a high clip in that first half. 79% to be exact. They're down to 52% for the game. They've struggled big time from 3. Roberto Martinez was 5 for 5 in the first half from 3-point range. He's 0 for 5 from 3-point range here in this third quarter. It's an 8-point game. 3 on the way. Oh my goodness, hit the side of the backboard. Roberto Martinez. Here you see these stats through three quarters. 41% from the field, El Salvador. Nicaragua catching up at 42%. The assist numbers going to get boosted by the efforts from Jared Ruiz. Nicaragua picking up some big-time assists there in the third quarter. Still El Salvador, 10 steals and 17 assists themselves, the leading scorers on both sides. Roberto Martinez, 19 big points for El Salvador. Jared Ruiz came alive in that third quarter. He has 16. Orchard Amir has 13, but now with 4 fouls, he's going to have to be careful. Ronnie Aguilar sat the majority of that third period with 4 fouls as well for El Salvador. 10-point game, 10 minutes remaining. Can El Salvador hold on and pull off the big-time upset? A win for Nicaragua will put them through to the second stages of pre-qualification for the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, which will take place in July. The pre-qualification will take place in July. The actual FIBA Basketball World Cup will, of course, take place in 2023 for the first time ever. Be held in 3 different countries: Japan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. 32 teams will make it and earn their way to the FIBA Basketball World Cup. The second time in a row that's happened. 6 venues, 6 host cities. It's going to be the 19th edition of the tournament, and that will happen in August of 2023. Still a long way away. It is a road to qualification, but right now we're talking about the pre-qualifiers for Central America and the Caribbean. And a good way to improve your FIBA ranking, you show up, you do well in these tournaments, and try to put yourself on the map in terms of basketball in the Americas. Nicaragua has a world rank that really they should be improving on. 116, El Salvador, a 133 world rank coming into this tournament. This would be a massive upset for El Salvador if they're able to pull it off. They're 10 minutes away, and they're up 10. Here we go. El Salvador in the home white, Nicaragua in the road blue. I'm Carlin Gay. Hope you're enjoying what you're watching so far. We've had some thrilling action over the last 4 days. Reminder, the final day, pre-qualification action going down tomorrow night. You don't want to miss it. 2 games. And they should be fun. Guyana is the only team done playing here in El Salvador. They went 0-4. They're the only team so far eliminated. Everyone else still with plenty to play for. Jamaica, Costa Rica, who won tonight. Jamaica was off. Nicaragua playing right now, trying to stay undefeated as Ruiz tees up a 3 and knocks it down. Jared Ruiz has come alive. 19 now and counting. The leading scorer in the tournament, averaging 27.5 points. Here's Martinez. Martinez probing. 3 on the way, no good. And Andy Perez is going to get called for the foul. He was face guarding Aguilar, trying his best to keep the big man off the glass, and that's Andy Perez's 4th personal foul. He's in foul trouble as well. So Perez and Omir on Nicaragua, both with 4 fouls, and almost picked it up there. Aguilar stepped out of bounds. Speaking of Ronnie Aguilar, he's been quiet tonight by his standards. He has 8 points, 8 rebounds, but he's been plagued with foul trouble as well. He had the big monster double-double in the win over Guyana, 35 points, 16 rebounds. He was terrific. Thomas for 3. No good. Oh no, the foul is going to eliminate one of someone from Nicaragua. Perez wanted it to be him. Oh! That might be it for Omir. You hear the crowd really into the game, and look out. Ronnie Aguilar has something to say to Omir. He walked right over to the bench, and he made sure he heard them in this loud arena. Do it for the love of the game, the love of your country. The teams will huddle up here. And the 3rd team on the floor, the referees will huddle up as well. Omir had a frustrating night. He leaves the game with 13 points, 16 rebounds. He was averaging a double-double coming into this game, but really never got into a rhythm. So a foul on Omir eliminates him. And then there's going to be the tech as well, I believe. Area getting kicked out of the game. Had he just fouled out, he'd be able to stay, but the technical has him leave the game as well, and you can hear the crowd escorting him out of the arena with boos. Martinez knocking down 2 free throws. Those are the technical free throws. And it will be ball in possession of El Salvador. Let's see how Nicaragua responds without one of their best players now. Garcia teeing up a 2. No good. Thomas pulls down the rebound. And here's Jared Ruiz. You see Martinez with 21 points on your screen. Thomas driving. Blocked there by Aguilar. Ball in the open floor. Martinez for 3. No good. Here's Ruiz. Here's the man of the hour for Nicaragua. That's a 2, a foot on the line, and it knocks it down. Jared Ruiz is putting up anything he wants, and they're starting to fall. They're throwing rocks into the ocean at the moment. He can get dangerously hot. Garcia, not one to shoot, but he tees one up at the foul line and knocks it down. Give Garcia 6. They're going to leave you that open. You might as well take it. Reaching foul there. Farrell was trying to drive, and he got hammered. Garcia's the one who picks up the foul. That's his 4th. So Garcia with 4 and Aguilar with 4 as well. Andy Perez has 4 for Nicaragua. 11 in blue. Thomas going against Garcia. Corner 3. Got it! This game not over. Not by a long shot. That was Farrell cashing in the 3. Escalante, top of the key for 3. No good. And Garth went up high to grab that rebound. And look at him push it up the floor. Thomas says slow things down. Ruiz is calling for it. He wants it. He's being guarded. He was frustrated, didn't get the ball there by Thomas. Farrell driving. The kick. Garth for 3. Indeed! It's a 3-point game. We're in for a good finish, folks. 7:03 to play in the 4th quarter. And Nicaragua has come back in this one. Down by 3. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 pre-qualifiers. It is heating up. Well, an important period of the game here for El Salvador. The underdogs in this game. They went out to a huge lead, went into halftime feeling great about themselves. But since the start of the 3rd quarter, it's been all Nicaragua. And they've battled back to make it a 3-point game. And there is an eternity left in this basketball game, folks. 7 minutes to play. There you see the 5 on the floor for both teams. El Salvador in the white jerseys, Nicaragua in the road blue. Here's Ruiz. Chance to tie for Nicaragua. The gorgeous pass underneath. It's a 1-point game. And Farrell's come off the bench and given 5 points here in the absence of Omir. Omir fouled out. Farrell is checked in. He's knocked down a big 3. And then that layup giving him 5. Oh no, Ronnie Aguilar picks up his 5th foul on the charge. Aguilar leaves the game with 8 points, 8 rebounds, and his team is only up by 1 after picking up his 5th foul He had a monster game against Guyana, 35-16, but he won't get into double figures tonight. You'll have to sit and watch the rest of this one like you and I, folks. 6:25 remaining. Garth. Slip pass to Perez. Perez traveled, got away with it. Garth now, putting it on the deck. Banging in, fading away and knocks it down. Nicaragua leads by 1. Francisco Garth galloping back on defense. And his bench applauding. What a gutsy performance by Nicaragua. How does El Salvador respond? Who steps up? Ruiz comes up with the steal. Ruiz to the rim. This man can't be stopped. Jared Ruiz, 23 points and counting. Roberto Martinez is fouled by Farrell. That basket won't count. With Ronnie Aguilar out, they're going to be looking to Roberto Martinez to step up. El Salvador will. Well, you could credit the offense from Jared Ruiz, but you also have to credit the adjustments that David Rosario made at half, going to the zone here in the second half against El Salvador, and they haven't been able to solve it. They've struggled to find any rhythm offensively, and another missed shot there. Garcia responds. Garcia's starting to find the touch around that foul line now, especially in that zone. He's knocked down 2 jumpers there. The lead is back to 1. He's going to have to be careful, though, does Garcia. He has 4 fouls. Thomas inside. Perez. Perez spinning. Got it to go. Awkward shot, but it fell. Andy Perez. He himself has 4 fouls. Alejandro Arias waits for a Garcia screen. Gave it away. Garth came up with the steal, then they give it right back. Garth battling, bodies hit the deck. Jump ball and possession arrows in favor of Nicaragua. How about Francisco Garth coming off the bench and showing up? Energy plays, effort plays. He's knocked down 3s. He's finished tough jumpers and floaters in the lane after contact. He's a little worse for wear after hitting the deck there. Hopefully he's all right. Coach David Rosario should be impressed with the way that the youngster has shown up here in the last couple of minutes. 22 years of age, showing up big for his country when his country needed him most. 4:30 remaining as they wipe up the moisture off the floor. This gym was rocking early on. It's kind of silent now. Where's Martinez? Here he is. Martinez. He got bumped there by Garth. They see the foul's on the floor. It's going to be the 14th foul now for Nicaragua. Martinez is still down. Hopefully he's okay. Lahoud gave the bench the thumbs up that he was fine, so looks like Martinez will stay in the game. Again, we'll have to wipe up the moisture on the floor. To keep these athletes as safe as possible. FIBA's done a tremendous job of that at these tournaments. Here's Martinez. Down 3. A 3 on the way. Air ball. Lahoud slapped at it, and Garth picks it up and draws the foul. How big has Francisco Garth been? And that's the 5th foul for Brian Garcia. He'll now leave the game. So Aguilar and Garcia foul out for El Salvador. Omir fouls out for Nicaragua. And now we'll have small ball on small ball as Marco Aguilar will check in. He's a marksman from deep. Player that can shoot the three. He's not afraid of it. Maybe that's what El Salvador needs right now, especially since Nicaragua is stuck in this zone and doesn't seem like they're going to be getting out of it anytime soon. And why would they? It's a 19-6 run here in this fourth quarter in favor of Nicaragua. They've done it defensively. David Rosario should be very impressed, win or lose, with the effort on the defensive end here in the second half. There's Ruiz, hearing it from the crowd, as he has been all night long. 23 points and counting. The kick. Pacheco knocks down the triple. And check that's Garth again. Francisco Garth with 13 points. He's feeling it. Lahoud. Martinez, deep three. Indeed! Roberto Martinez at a big-time shot. 3:05 to play. Ruiz. How does he respond? Martinez now digging in defensively, knowing he has to take the challenge of guarding Ruiz. He got a hand to the ball there, but not able to get it away from Ruiz. Ruiz, the pass inside, throwing it down is Perez. And timeout El Salvador. 81-76, 2:44 to play. This is a basketball game, folks. Buckle up. Tight finish on the way. Back we are here with 2:44 remaining in the game. 81-76. Nicaragua battling back from down by 20 plus. There you see the 5 on the floor for both teams. Ronnie Aguilar fouled out. So is Garcia for El Salvador. And a steal there. Pacheco comes up with it. Thomas in the open floor. What a move! Their offense has run dry now for El Salvador. Someone needs to step up. Who could it be? Perez, good defense there. Wide open three on the way. No good. Offensive rebound. Oh, what a block by Perez! Andy Perez with sensational block. Kick ball there, and look out. Ruiz and Lahoud go nose to nose. Ruiz still jawing. His head coach, David Rosario, getting him out of harm's way. Oh, and a tee now for the Nicaragua bench. David Rosario was trying to make sure that his team did not pick up the technical foul. He was trying to get them back on the bench, and a tee picked up in a crucial time in the game during a timeout. Jared Ruiz trying to explain himself to the official. And you see the moisture being wiped up. And meanwhile, through all the chaos, El Salvador has been struggling offensively here in the second half. They had a great first half, folks. An absolutely great first half where they put up 55 points. Since then, it's been struggle city. And it's in large part to the great defense by Nicaragua. There's only been 21 points scored in the second half by El Salvador. And those 21 points have been a struggle to get to. But there's still 1:49 to play in the game. El Salvador has overcome some big odds here in this tournament so far already. And this is an important free throw now. A gift almost after the technical foul. And Martinez, who is a terrific free throw shooter, will toe the line and try and cash in on the gift. $25 points for Martinez. He's carrying the scoring load. And here we go. Martinez. He'll tee up a three. In and out. Rebound, Lahoud. What a block by Thomas. And it's scooped up by Garth. Garth driving to the rim. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Perez is poked out of his hands. And finally corralled by Arias. Martinez. Corner three. Indeed. Alejandro Arias. 3-point game. Listen to this place now. One minute to play in the game. Thomas. 5 to shoot on the shot clock. Pacheco doesn't know it. Perez inside. He just got it off, but the foul is called before the shot clock expires. Carlos Arias picking up the foul. And that's his 5th. Now we'll put Andy Perez at the line for 2 free throws and a chance to make it a 5-point game. We'll let the crowd tell you if he made it or not. Everything and the finish that time for Andy Perez. Perez silencing the crowd. Driving inside, tough shot, no good. And Perez with a tough rebound inside. Ponce was hammered. And Ponce will go to the line for 2 free throws with 31 seconds remaining. Alejandro Arias with the foul there. That's his 4th. And Mario Ponce, not known for his scoring. He has 1 point. He's only taking 1 shot tonight. But he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots here. And a chance to potentially seal this game for Nicaragua. And what a win it would be. Ponce knocks down the first free throw. He missed the second. The window's still open. It's going to have to happen quickly. Arias for three, no good. Rebound, Pacheco. And Ruiz is fouled. Nicaragua could smell it now. 20 seconds remaining, and what a comeback this would be. They were down by as many as 19 in the game, and they've come back to take a 6-point lead. El Salvador led for 30 minutes in this game, and they might still potentially lose. Ruiz missed the free throw. That's about the only thing he's done wrong so far in this game. Stuffing the stat sheet as best as he could. The leading scorer in this tournament at 27.5 points. He might not get to 27 tonight. That's okay. He'll take the win instead. He has 24. He's been a plus 20 while he was on the floor. 9 rebounds, 8 assists. A terrific second half showing by Jared Ruiz. He's a little bit emotional right now, and every time there's a whistle, he's jawing a lot. But a fiery competitor, and he should be absolutely proud of the way that his team battled back after being down by as many as 19 points. Alejandro Arias knocks down both free throws here. The lead's still 5, still time. It's going to be a free throw game here for Nicaragua. Thomas will check into the game. And now we'll get a timeout. 16 seconds remain, 5-point game. Nicaragua will inbound the ball and try to close this thing out and get their third win here over the weekend and punch their ticket to the second round of qualifications in July. The only team eliminated thus far is Guyana. It went 0-4 here this week. When you look at the standings, it is close. And tomorrow's games are going to tell a big story. The final match day here in San Salvador, El Salvador. We'll see Nicaragua taking on Costa Rica. And, of course, El Salvador will close against Jamaica in the final game. And that game will be for a lot on the line. A lot will be riding on that game. A win tonight will move Nicaragua to 3-0. They'll then have 6 points, and they'll be sitting at the top of the table. And they will be locked in to at least one of the top 3 spots to move on to the second round of qualification. And then there'll be a logjam between Nicaragua, or rather Jamaica, Costa Rica, and El Salvador for 2 spots. Still a lot to finish up here. And Thomas will go to the line to try and close the door here. It's been a fun tournament so far here. A round robin. See how much these games sort of mean to these teams, because Nicaragua could have really let this one slip away from them, but they came out with a purpose and responded very well. Playing for the love of the game, the love of their country. El Salvador, spirited effort in that first half, and then the offense sort of dried up. They were hitting every... there, and that might do it. It's the 5th foul for Alejandro Arias. A little out of control. A smart play there by Andy Perez. Perez picked up his 4th foul, and also picked up his play. He was playing with the 4 fouls in his back pocket and didn't lose his aggression, plays really well down the stretch. And in the absence of Omir, they needed someone. They needed a big to get it done. Reese will go to the foul line and look to add to his point total, the leading scorer in the tournament. The Real Esteli man, he has played a lot of basketball over the last 10 days. Doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. Although maybe the leg's getting a little tired, missed that free throw. He makes the second, give him 25 on the night. Martinez for 3, no good. And Pacheco with the rebound, and that will do it. 89-82, Nicaragua coming back from down by 19 to win this ball game. And they are fired up about it, and rightfully so. Jared Ruiz finishing with 25 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and 5 steals. And on the other side, Roberto Martinez, 25 points, 3 assists, 3 steals in the losing effort. 89-82, your final score. Nicaragua moves to 3-0. El Salvador now will move to 1-2. A reminder tomorrow, the games coming up. Nicaragua will play Costa Rica in the first game. And in the second game, with everything on the line, Jamaica will be playing El Salvador. 3 teams now battling for 2 spots to move on. Nicaragua has punched their ticket. They will be moving on to the second round of qualifications here coming up in July. If you missed anything, please check out at FIBA WC on social media. Keep up to date with all the pre-qualifiers around the world. And use the hashtag FIBAWC to join in on the conversation. A reminder, we'll be back tomorrow again. Nicaragua and Costa Rica, and Jamaica and El Salvador. In this one, Nicaragua coming back from down 19 to beat El Salvador 89-82. I am Carlin Gay. Enjoy the rest of your night. So long from El Salvador.